Good day, everyone. We are here live in Miami, Florida with It Had to Happen. We're sitting here today with Miami Dolphins and SOAR Ambassador Alan Hurns. Hi, Alan. Thanks for being here today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son, on this day, to be able to kind of like pour into our viewers and let them see the behind scenes of what it is to be an NFL player, what it is to be an overcomer, what it is to be, beat adversity. So we're just going to take you back. If you could just go ahead and give the audience a little bit of background about yourself.
Okay, so I grew up in Miami. I've been playing football since the age of 4, going on 5. That's always been my passion. Something I always loved doing. And I think that teach me a lot of life lessons. Growing up, dealing with players, how to deal with other people. Also, things about discipline and all that. So I always took that seriously, and that was my main focus. And that also taught me lessons as far as school. Because, when it was coming to school, mom always taught me that if I wanted to play football, I had to bring home good grades. So that was one of the main things that registered for me. Once she told me that I had to focus on what I had to do off the field, and they wanted me to play football. That was my main thing. Once I got to high school, I was pretty much locked in. I already knew what I wanted to do. That was my dream, and it's something I always pray for. So I already know when it comes down to picking colleges and things like that, that UM's going to be the school that I wanted to go to because just growing up, watching guys like Santana Moss, Andre Johnson, Santana went to my high school, so it was a no-brainer for me, and I wanted to be close to family. So I was always going to the U. It was a great time for me down there. Of course, we didn't win any championships, but the relationships that I built, I still got brothers that I still have to this day. And going to the league, I came in, I drafted. It was a blessing in disguise. When you really look at it. Of course, there's always going to be a bitter moment where it's like I won't be able to experience something as far as hearing my name called on draft day. But at the end of the day, when I say it's a blessing in disguise, because I ended up getting a new contract my second year. So things always turn out, man. You just got to stay the course and continue to fight through whatever you're going through.
Exactly. And that's pretty much was his journey. He just really took you guys through his journey. And we all know that during the course of our journey, we go through some things. We face some obstacles. There's adversity, we're just going to take him back, starting when you were in Little League. When you were in Little League, I remember the first 2 weeks you cried like a baby because he did not want to play football. And just tell us a little bit. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it. I remember my first couple of weeks. I didn't like it. But it was something new for me. Of course, playing football against your friends, like it was different. But when it was coming to practice, they making you crab. You got to hit nowadays, and it's something you wasn't used to. So my first 2 weeks, I really didn't like it because all the extra things that you had to do. But as time went on, I started to get a passion for it. Also, a lot of my friends play. Growing up down here in South Florida, football is real big. It's something you go to school about. You talk to your friends like, okay, who y'all got this week? On Fridays, you get to wear your game jersey and things like that. So coming up down here, football is big. So it kind of grew on me.
Yes, it is really big. And I remember, having to be out there with you and your brother, Daryl. Daryl was 8 and you was 4, and you guys, I'm running backwards and forth to be able to see both of you guys and try to practice and, support you guys and encourage you guys to, stay the course. And Little League, I think you did win a championship with Coach Henry, right?
Yeah, I also won with Coach Dixon. My first 3 years at Miramar Optimist, when I was with the Steelers, and when I went to North Dade, I won my first 2 years there. We played, we won the Super Bowl, and we also got the chance to play at the Orange Bowl. So that was one of my, I'll say, greater moments. Being able to play at the Orange Bowl, knowing that I wanted to go to Miami. So that was like a dream come true there.
Right, and I remember we didn't stay far from. What is it called now? Hard Rock Stadium. we didn't stay too far from there. And I remember having Daryl, my oldest son, in the house, not too far from the stadium, being able to look over that wall, just dreaming, saying that one day I wish I could be able to take my kids to a game, not knowing that you were going to be playing on that actual field, not just your collegiate years, but in the NFL as well. And I just, thank God for both of you. Can you tell us a little bit of how you look at your older brother?
He was always that guidance and that person I could always depend on no matter what. It's, sometimes, especially with playing football, you'll have relationships that's not genuine. But as far as me and my brother, we was always locked in. And it's crazy the thing about us, we ain't much got to talk like every day or we ain't much got to speak on something. We know like it's all love, and if there's anything I was going through, it was like a no-brainer. I already knew like my brother had my back. And it is crazy because like growing up, at first when we was young, we used to fight a lot, but as we got to a certain age, like we really haven't had many arguments or anything like that, so it's crazy just like with time, just having that brother, is always somebody you could depend on. And I feel like that to this day, we all still push each other, and I'm thankful for that because a lot of people don't have that, someone that you could depend on in any situation.
Absolutely. And I know we're going to take you back a little bit when he said that, him and his brother could not bring home bad grades because they would not play football. They knew that they had to make the grades. A C was not acceptable in my home, and they knew that what they had to do. And that's kind of a way that I kept them on track. I really didn't have to chastise them much. I just said, okay, you bring home a bad grade, you will not be playing football. You will not go to practice today, and things like that. And Darren and Allen is actually 4 years apart, but they're so much alike. They're purpose-driven, the hearts that they have, and they're very loyal individuals. And I'm not saying that just because they're my children, but very humble, very loyal. And when they give something, they give it their all. And I want to kind of ask you, how did I do as a parent, as a mother? Is it anything that I lacked? Is it anything that I could have done better? Like, what is it that you can tell the audience if someone is looking and they're having sit-down talks with their son? What is it that you can tell the audience?
I'll say the greatest thing I felt like my mom did, as a child, is she was always strong. No matter what she was going through, she always hid it from us. Of course, it probably ate her up, and it probably wasn't the best thing to do for her at the time, but she did it what was best for her kids, So growing up, she always made sure we had what we needed, and like we didn't know most of the things that we know now. So just seeing her, never complaining, going to her job, whether she had to work 2 jobs and 1 job, that was something that registered with me, because, seeing her work as hard as she did, I feel like me giving back, was just me being a good child and somebody that she'd be proud of. And that's not something I could do or like just buy a car or do anything like that. It's how I live myself on a daily basis, just having that respect, how I go about my morals and my values and things like that. So I think it plays a big role in who I am today. I feel like since I made it to the NFL, I haven't changed much at all. It's just like staying true to who I am. So having that relationship and just seeing us go through the struggle, but her holding it down, staying strong, it was just one of those things, that was always like very, very, very deep with me. And what people don't understand, like people may think that I didn't have my dad in my life. I had my dad in my life, but my mom is like, it was just someone that I had a greater relationship with, and like I seen the struggle. It was times where I'd be here home, and one time I seen the eviction notice. Of course, things like that, she tried to hide it, but just saying that, that just it built a bigger relationship that people won't imagine.
Oh man, I didn't even know you caused that. You never mentioned that to me, but it was by the grace of God that we went through everything that we went through, because it wouldn't have built us for our purpose and who we are today, where we stand today. And that's why I have you here on the show. It had to happen because our evictions, it was something that we actually had to go through. We was being birthed for our purpose, never knowing where we would end up, but knowing that one day we was actually going to come out. And I remember going back in middle school. We're going to take them on your middle school journey. You not only played football, but you also ran track. You and your brother suffered from asthma, and the pulmonologist told me, go ahead and put these guys in track. It will help build their lungs and things like that. So I put the both of them in track. Take us back to your junior high years.
Oh, yeah, so I'm going out to Perry. That's when I first started running track. I feel like that was one of the bigger things for me. Health wise, not even just playing football. It's just I feel like that helped me out tremendously. If anybody knows, like playing with me in Little League, wherever it was, I had a long run. I had to come back to the sideline, use the asthma pump. So when I was able to run track, I feel like that helped my asthma a lot. Of course, there's times where it's still gonna bother you, but I can really see the improvement that made on me. And I was good at it. It was something where it's like you get to put in the work and you get to see it. It's different from football because you got to depend on so many different things. In track, it's pretty much you unless you run like a relay and things like that.
So what meters did you actually run?
I ran 4x1, the 100, 200, and 4x4.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you, when I used to see him out there running his format, it was just crazy because I never see anybody run like that. Like he would hit that curve and his body just would be up straight and his hands would just go and those bow legs would just go, go, go. I mean, it was so exciting to see him out there running track and doing something that he loved. And not only that he loved, he had a love for football as well, but I also see that track grew on him as well. And then, we're going to move up into his high school years where he started out as a left-hand quarterback. Actually, in his Little League years, he played both sides of the ball. But I guess in his high school years, he was like, enough of this quarterback thing. So can you just take us back to that?
Yeah, so even going into high school, I remember later in my optimist leagues, I wanted to play receiver, but most of the teams I was playing for, they were like, nah, you was playing quarterback, So my first 2 years at Carol City, I played quarterback. I played other positions as well. My first year, I was starting on varsity. I played like numerous of positions, but it wasn't until like later in my 10th grade year, early in my junior year, that I started playing receiver. That's something that I always wanted to do. So when I started doing that, that's when things like really took off for me. Well, going into my junior year, that's when I started receiving scholarships. It got exciting, and it was crazy though, because now that I think about it, when I was at Carol City, I want to say going into my 11th grade year, I was actually about to change schools, but yeah, just having to talk, I was like, nah, it just, I built relationships at Carol City, just playing with those guys, and I didn't want to give up on them, and nothing against Carol City, but at the time, they wasn't sending a lot of people to college, but I just kept my head down and continued to work, and go to my senior year, that's when I hurt my knee, that was probably one of the toughest times for me ever. It's crazy now looking back at it right now. It wasn't like the craziest injury I had, but like mentally, I was just going through a lot at that time because I had hurt my meniscus. I never really had a surgery before. That was my first surgery, and then that was like the first game of my senior year, and I wasn't able to play the rest of my senior year. I didn't know if I was gonna lose my scholarship, so that's why I say it was the toughest time for me, injury-wise, because mentally, I feel like every injury after that, mentally I was good. So that was a tough time for me, but no matter what, my mom, my brother, everyone, my family, they stayed there for me, and thankfully, they kept their scholarship, so it was a great time, it ended up turning to something great. I graduated high school early. I started at UM in the spring, so once after you have that Christmas break for high school, I didn't go back to high school. I went to college.
Now you see that, guys? You can graduate early if you do what you're supposed to do, and don't bring home bad grades. There's nothing against graduating early. That's one of the things I asked for both of my kids to give me their high school diplomas, and that's exactly what they gave me. And going back to when Alan said about his injury, I remember I saw the hit, and when he got hit, I'm like, oh my gosh, is he okay? But he actually played the entire game. I mean, he finished out the game, and then later on, after he came out after the game, and he was sitting down, and the knee was all iced up, and I'm like, son, how do you feel? And he was like, it hurt, And here it is. I was in college then, and I had an exam the next morning, and Alan needed to go to to get an exam for his knee, and Coach Barnwell had took him. And I felt like the worst mother because I'm always there for my children. But Coach Barnwell, he held it down. He let me know, like, Mom, we're here. Everything is going good, and this, that, and the other. And then, I guess we had to go back for the results. And that's where we went through the journey. But this is the pain, And with that injury, hearing that you have to have surgery, what was going through your mind at that time?
There was a lot going through my mind. The first thing, I wasn't going to be able to play football. I never got that taken away from me. So that was the first thing that crossed through my mind. And then just like, I felt like I wasn't going to be there like with my teammates. I felt like I was letting them down. Another thing is, the big thing was I felt like I was going to lose my scholarships, and that was very tough on me because I felt like I had a plan, as far as, to go to college and make it to the league, take care of my family, so I feel like that was at risk, and that was one of those times where it was like one of those thoughts was like, dang, like what if I don't recover from this, or what would I do if it wasn't for football? Like, so I didn't have any other plan, so that was tough for me.
Yeah, because I remember you asked this guy, like, like, Alan, what do you want to be when you grow up? A football player. Alan, what do you want to be when you're a football player? He had no other plan whatsoever. But just to be there that day when the doctor said that he had to have surgery and just to see, exactly, what they had to do and how bad the meniscus was, but God, and that's one of the things I try and tell people. It's like when you're dealing with something that you think is just so bad, there's some good that's going to come out of it. And I remember after Alan had the surgery, we went home, and this guy had like this high tolerance level for pain. He really didn't want to take the meds, but he ended up taking them. And then I think it was a couple of days later, he wanted me to take him to school to go out and be with the guys on the side of the field while his leg is like this. So what I do, I drive him right out there, and you go and you be with your teammate. So that's going back to the loyalty. And that's one of the things I tell you, like, I'm not just saying it because he's my child. I have some of the most amazing, loyal, God-fearing young men, and I just thank God that he blessed me with the both of them. And, we talked about your pain, but it was also a time in your collegiate year. I remember getting a phone call, right? And it was like, we want to come out to your school and do a special on you. And I'm like, do a special on me? And it was like, yeah. And it was like, your son said one of his biggest fears is to let you down. And I'm like, wait, hold on, what? So, Alan, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, it was one of the speech classes where we had to write a paper and talk about it, and I talked about what was my biggest fear. And my biggest fear was letting down my mom. That was something that really was a fear, because I seen how much work she put into to take care of me and my brother, all the dedication that she had, when it came to that, so I feel like I had to pay back my respect, and like I said, everything how I went about life, it was also always thinking about, just paying my respects back to my mom, because I know how she raised us, and I know how hard it was to raise us at a young age, so, I always kept that at the forefront of my mind, whether it was going to classes, hanging with my friends in the neighborhood, whether it was on the field, whatever it was, I feel like I owed you that, but that was usually my rock, and you motivated me in a lot of ways, and when I had read that, one thing she mentioned to me was like that I never be able to let her down, I did the things that she wanted me to do was graduate, and talk about graduating, what's crazy, that I really didn't want to go to graduation, but that's what my mom wanted, so I made sure I did that for her, so Man, it's just like, just even though the kids out there, man, you know, I know it's gonna be times where you don't necessarily agree, like what your parents got to say or whatever it may be, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, you just gotta know that your parents got your best interests at heart, you know. And sometimes you're not gonna see things the same, you know, but it's all love.
Absolutely. And that is true, guys. And I remember, when I first heard it, I was like, there's no way my kids can let me down. Like every time I laid my eyes on my children, I knew that I had to push. And I had to be that example. I had to lead by example. So I just want to take you back a little bit with me. And, when I had my oldest son, Daryl, I had him at a young age, and Daryl decides he wants to enter this world early. He wants to come in 6 months. He don't even want to stay the whole 9 months. And so he ended up coming. I didn't even make it to the hospital with this dude. Like, he didn't even. I had him in my mom's bed, and ended up he happened to go to. He was going to be lifted by the trauma unit, but they couldn't find anywhere to land. So we ended up going by ambulance, and it's so funny because it was like my whole family was in the doorway when I delivered Inky, and that thing was like really crazy. And to see your brother like 1 pound, like I didn't even want to touch him. I was like, no way, no. They put him on my chest, and I just would not touch him. But anyway, on our way to the hospital, his heart ended up stopping, and that was the most scariest thing there was. And I don't want to too much go in on Daryl because he's going to be on the show soon. So we're going to keep this with you, Alan. But just know that when you look at your brother, you're looking at a miracle. And that's one of the things I call him, my miracle child, and he is one that led you by example. He showed you the road. He paved the way for you. He let you know that I got your back no matter what. Right or wrong, I got your back, brother. And that's one of the things I love with you both, that the bond you guys have is amazing, But, guys, guess what? I remember dropping out of high school because I had to take care of Daryl, and I always told myself, Alan, I said, before you guys graduate, I'm going to get my high school diploma, and I wasn't settling for anything else. I did not want a GED. I want my high school diploma. Because if I'm telling you and your brother, that's what I want from you all, I have to give it to you guys. Right. So I went back to school in 2003 and got my high school diploma. And then all three of us was in college together. It was really crazy. But it was something that was in God's plan. And not knowing then what he had in store for us, but knowing that something great he had in store for us. And just to be able to deal with everything that we dealt with, the adversities, the evictions, the homelessness, whatever it was it had to happen. It had to happen, because we wouldn't be the people who we are today if it did not happen. So I just want you to kind of go back and take the audience to the day you and your brother watched me walk across the stage.
Yeah, so the day we watched her walk across the stage, it was like a wild moment for me, just because, seeing her graduate and walk across the stage, it was something where like you breaking the cycle, and our family, it's not something like we used to. Of course, that's what you're supposed to do, but what people don't understand, it's like growing up in like certain neighborhoods and things like that, you're kind of behind the 8 ball, and like what you don't see is like the different resources and things like that, and that's what I realized when I went to Dallas, just looking at their high schools and the resources they had, but coming back down here and seeing my mom graduate, it meant a lot, because there's so many things where she could have quit and she could have just said, forget it, I'm gonna go about my life, her having kids at a young age, it really says a lot, about her determination, and what it all boiled down to, is just like her leading by example. Like you said, she wanted us to graduate, she went and did it, and that's one thing I feel like you got to do as a parent, to lead by example. Of course, it's not gonna be easy and things like that, but with having kids, it challenges you every day to be better, So that made my day, just seeing my mom walk across that stage, because I know that was something that was so important to her, you know, because of what she instilled in me, you know, since I was little, you know, no bringing home bad grades, no bringing home bad grades, and you know, seeing her go to school is like, all right, you can't bring home bad grades. So, you know, it was a great moment, you know, and that's one of those things that's just priceless, man. You know, it's nothing about money, it's nothing about any of that, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, looking back at life, like, okay, like, yeah, I went back and did that, you know, and that's something you feel good about, whether you get the accolades or not. You know, it's just one of those things that feel good inside.
Absolutely. And guys, we started a movement back in a couple of months ago. We started a movement, a SOAR movement, which is for seniors graduated 2020. You know, we know that we are facing a pandemic right now. And I was talking to Alan and Nikki and Waddell, and I was telling them about what God showed me with the vision with SOAR. And being though that I wasn't a high school graduate, I never got that, chance to get that feeling. I said, well, let's go ahead and start this movement. And we could be able to pour back into these seniors. And of course, my heart wanted to just, whoever signs up, I just want to take care of them. But, excuse me, Alan was like, we have to pick a certain amount who we start out with, and then we'll go as it grows. We'll go and we'll grab others. But we know that what we were put here for, out of all the things that we were going through, we knew that we had to get back out and serve. So, Alan, can you tell us a little bit about SOAR and what you thought when I brought it to you?
Yeah, so when you first brought up the idea of SOAR organization, I thought it was a great idea. First, when you brought it to me, I knew it was something that was heavy on your heart. That's just what we big on. If it's something that's genuine, we're going to go through with it. But I felt like it was a great idea because it was something that we all can relate to, especially because when it was my time to go off to college, I feel like there were so many things that I needed or, that I wasn't educated enough about, even after college, I feel like, so that's why I feel like what we're doing, we will help these students, be ahead of the curve. There was times where I was going into the league where I'm learning about taxes, different things with credit cards, life insurance, and things like that, So when we started this SOAR movement, I feel like it was a great idea, especially with everything that was going on, It's very unfortunate that these students wasn't able to have anything with their senior activities, whether it's going prom, walk across that stage, and that's sad because that's a major accomplishment, and that's something that they'll never be able to get back, But what we try to do is, just give them some light and let them know that it is a major accomplishment and you have bigger things headed your way, So I feel like it was a great thing, because I feel like it'd be very influential and. It's not something that we do as far as we give a gift basket and, they go on about their life. I feel like, we really go see them who transfer and go about things, and upgrade their life, just how they able to do in college, what they're learning, what they need help with and, just see the progress of their career.
Absolutely. And I want to take you guys back when he was like, they were stripped of their senior activities. This guy didn't want to do anything. But Daryl, oh my God, Daryl wanted to do everything. He wanted to do the senior dance. He wanted to do the prom. He just wanted to do everything. Daryl was such a person that, his swag, as the kids call it. He had that swag about himself, I tell you, and he just wanted to showcase it. But then you, on the other hand, you was like, Mom, I don't want to do prom. I don't want to do any of the senior activities he did not want to do. But I told him one thing you're going to do is you're going to walk across that stage and you're going to get that diploma from me. And, when he did it, it was such a great moment for us all. And then later on, 4 years later, you end up graduating in college. And that was another great feeling to see you be able to do that. And we're letting these kids know, like, okay, well, we're going through the next phase of our life. Like right now, we're moving over to our entering college. We're entering adulthood, basically, because you are a child being away from home, and you just have all this freedom. Like, oh my God, what do you do? And that's why we have people that's on board. Like I have to give a big shout out to Rochelle Bradley. She's like a sister to Alan and a daughter to me. She's our healthcare ambassador, and she's going to be teaching the kids some of the things, you know, that maybe, you know, they need to know going off into college, because we all know that when you go to college, you just, I hate to use that term, but it's just, you know, peer pressure is something else, just put it like that. And then we also have an intake officer, which is Ruhani Gamez. And what she does, she actually reaches out to the kids every day and send them like scriptures that I send her, or she just let God use her and be able to forward those messages over to those kids just to keep them uplifted. Because I'm telling you, Alan, when she first sent the text to the kids, it was like the feedback that she was getting was amazing, you know. And then we do have our director, Niska Elliott. Thank you for even serving with us. We have your brother Isaiah Williams as our financial advisor, where he, you know, can teach the kids financial literacy. I didn't know, you know, anything on that topic. I didn't know how important your credit was. I didn't know how, you know, how to balance life, because I really didn't have it to even kind of put up to try to save. So we have Isaiah on board for that. And we also have our COO, which is Darryl Wilson. It's my oldest son, a miracle, which he'll be on soon, guys. But, you know, we just have so many people that's in place to be able to pour into these kids' lives, because not that their parents can't. Sometimes we know that a kid will listen to an outside person than they will their own parents, you know. But we just want to be able to be a light, a beacon for them, you know. And God says, let your light shine, you know, not so that we could be seen, so the glory of God can be seen in us. You know, we are very, we love the Lord. We filled with the Holy Ghost, God-fearing, you know. And I just thank God for that, because sometimes it was times where I just wanted to kind of like throw in the towel. But I knew every time that I laid my eyes on your brother and you, like I was like, oh, there's no way. How can I do that? So again, we just want to be able to encourage, uplift, and empower as many of the SOAR seniors. And we actually had 94 applicants, Alan, and we chose the 17. Out of the 17, we still made sure that we're going to send out love tokens to all 94. We're not leaving anybody behind, but just as far as the 17 that we adopted, we're actually going to follow them throughout their college years and make sure that whatever it is it resources, because it's not all about just giving things. You have to instill knowledge and understanding, and to be able, like I said, to be a light. And Alan said, if it's something that we're not genuine about, we're not going to do it. We're not going to even touch it, you know, because being though we had to go through the things that we had to go through, that was us being built for our purpose. And that's what we call it. We went through the journey, we went through the pain, and now we're built for our purpose. And here we are today, standing before you, not only having the SOAR movement, but we also had the 88 Blessings Single Moms and Underserved Youth that we also started that back in 2016. And it was something that, you know, I walked the walk so I could be able to talk the talk, because I was a single mom myself, you know, and I overcame a couple of things. And I, you know, could be able to sit and with our ladies, we had some amazing ladies that was inside of that group as well. And, you know, reason why it's called 88 Blessings is because Darryl came up with the blessings part. And of course, Alan's number was 88 at the time when he played for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then let me tell you something, guys. Out of everything that you go through in life, you never see what's coming next. That's why you have to keep your mind stayed on Christ, so he can keep you in perfect peace. Now, Alan mentioned earlier that he got it after 2 years in Jacksonville. Now, remember, he went undrafted. But God says he was delayed, but he was never denied. You know, but after 2 years, he received a very large contract. And that was after 2 years. Thank you, Drew Rosenhaus. And shortly after, Alan was traded to the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm like, oh boy. He's going to be in a whole other state now. How am I going to deal with this? But it was exciting for him. Can you just take us back to your Dallas time in Dallas?
Yeah, my time in Dallas was good. It was a good experience for me. For me, it was my first time out of Florida. It's crazy because when I was coming out of college, I said, "Oh, I didn't want to stay in Florida. I wanted to experience something new." So when I was able to get to Dallas, it was a nice experience. It was perfect for me because it gets cold, but it's not too cold where you got to deal with snow and things like that. But it was a great experiment. Just being there for a year. You know, good,
Yeah.
so it was nice. It was nice just see a different culture and things like that. The Mexican food. It was dope. I really enjoyed it. But after that time, after I got released from Dallas,
Don't take me there yet. I'm going to ask you that. I'm going to ask you that next. But at Dallas, let me tell y'all something. I used to have, as soon as I wake up in the morning, and Alice was just, oh my gosh, they were something else. So can you tell us how, did you know Tank before Dallas?
It's crazy. I didn't know him before Dallas, but we all came in around the same time, so we had workouts, and me and him, we was new guys, so we just think and whatever. So it's crazy, like how it happened though. Before that, because I guess someone had like a fake number or something, and they had texted me like they was him, like, "What's up, bro? Like, how you like it out here?" Blah blah blah. So I see him the next day. I'm like, "What's good, bro?" and I was like, I said something about what you texted me about yesterday. He was like, "What?" I didn't text you. So we talked about that, but ever since then, from my first date, when we were working out, of course they didn't know like how we work out or like what's our weight, So this is why I think we kind of build that bond, where we was lifting and we felt like the weights wasn't heavy enough, and we like nah, let's put some on here. So ever since then, just us pushing each other. From there, that kind of built a relationship, and every day we was just like locked in, whether it was pushing each other on the field or come back to the facility later that day, take care of your body, or just having a good time. He's a funny guy. He's one of those guys that got energy. So that'll be somebody that'll be like my brother for life.
Ah, awesome. And then, guys, we also spoke about the opinion. We're going to take you guys back to another obstacle that Allen had to face January 5th. Playing against the Seahawks. Can you take us to that?
Yeah. So it's crazy to this day I still haven't watched you play, but I know it was like third down or something, and I had a slant route. I caught the slant, and I got tackled. So when I got tackled, it's one of those things where you felt like something was wrong. And what people don't know is like that wasn't like the craziest pain in my life. It was just one of those things where I looked down and like my foot was turned the other way. I just freaked out then. That's when I started pounding the ground. And then so once the trainers got to me, and this was some crazy thing, they pulled it back in place, but they didn't tell me they could do it. So when they did that, I'm like, "Oh, what you doing?" So I'm going crazy. Like, relax, you gotta do it. So yeah, so they end up putting it back in place, put air casts on, going to the hospital that night. And, I see my family, see them at the hospital, and then I had surgery the same night, but it's crazy because that is probably my craziest injury, but like, it wasn't the worst time of my life, if that makes sense. I feel like mentally I was good, I had my family, my mom was there and take care of me, but I feel like mentally I was in a good place, so that would make the process better. I started doing things like puzzles to stimulate my mind. Of course I had to be in the house for like a month. Anytime you take your foot down, blood rush there. So it was a lot of pain, but I feel like my mindset, just having the faith and the family around, that helped me a lot. So that injury was like not as bad as what an injury I had in college, but the main thing y'all can take away from that is where you at mentally will help you with a lot of things.
Yeah, and that's one of the things like now with everybody's dealing with the pandemic and being out of work, being laid off work, not really being able to go on the outside, scared to be able to go on the outside, just not knowing, and again, it takes you, it messes with your mental, and if you're not strong enough, it can get to you. So we just want to stay before God and praying for so many to be able to stay strong because it's not easy to stay strong. And again, when you had that injury, I'm sitting in the stands. He was getting ready to take off, y'all. He was getting ready to take off. But when I saw him go down, oh my God. And I don't know where Darryl get the strength from. He didn't budge. He just sat there, his hands clenched, and he just watched their every move. And here it is, I'm panicking. I'm going crazy. And my brother was there with me. And he just was like, Erica, calm down, calm down. I was like, no, I have to get to him. I have to get to him. Because somebody get me to him. And it was a young lady, I can't recall her name, but it was one of your teammates' wives. And she came to me and she was like, I have the coach on the phone. And he was like, okay, we're going to take him to the hospital. He's okay. Well, let me tell y'all something, guys. This guy is down on the floor, hurt, foot in the opposite direction. When the coach get over there to him, he asked the coach, did I get the first down, coach? He wasn't even worried about the injury. He just wanted to know, did he get the first down? Man, not an eye player, such a team player. He just wanted to make sure he got that first down for his team. But when I finally got to Allen, guys, I saw the ambulance pulling off. Oh my God. I literally lost it there. How did they take him without me being in this ambulance with him? And it took forever because they validated your car. So it took them forever to get us a car. It seemed to me, probably wasn't that long, but we all jumped in the car. We headed over to the hospital. The doctor called and he said, Alan probably knew that I was freaking out, so he told him to call my mom. So Alan told me that he was okay and everything, and I'm just like, okay, son, I'm on my way. Everybody's on their way. We get there. This dude is looking up at the TV, watching the game, smiling, and just like nothing never even happened. So I'm looking at him like, your strength. I thought I was strong, but I guess I instilled that in your brother and you, and shortly after he had to have the surgery, we did the surgery. Then I ended up staying in Dallas for a while to take care of Alan. We did puzzles. We did coloring. We just had such a great time. And the Dr. Curry is his name. He did a phenomenal job on Alan. It was like when he came out, he said he watched the play on TV, and he knew once he saw that play that he was going to have to come in to perform that surgery. Excuse me. And he actually walked us through everything, explained everything to us, and it was just like a smooth sailing from that point on. And the love, the support, the outpour of support that was coming in, that matters. Guys, again, support goes a long way. And it's not all about, like I was saying earlier, it's not just about the money. It's support. Just support your people. That is needed, especially in this season. So when we got all the support and the love, I think Alan, you had probably 3 dozen of nothing but cakes. Guys, nothing but cakes came, and I was like, I'm not eating all this thing. Y'all, he funny about what he put in his body. So I was like, that's okay, I'll take care of it. And just the things that he was getting, and then his brothers come over, Tay and Michael Gallup, and they just looked like they wanted to cry. But Alan couldn't, they just all jumped around and they sat with us for a little bit and then they ended up leaving. But we don't want to kind of keep you guys on a sad note because guess what? I'm going to tell you how good our God is. The same exact year, Alan was traded to the Miami Dolphins, our hometown, someone who he said he would never play for. But look at God has a way of doing things, And I want you to tell them what it is to be back home to play here in your hometown? You did it in your collegiate years, but what is it like to be back home playing for your hometown?
There's nothing like being back home, especially once I got away. The idea of coming back home, it really dwelled on me because, it's something that I wanted, after, of course, coming out then, but being back home, it's all love, for holidays, you're to spend time with family, of course, you gotta worry about just like immediate family coming up, you get to see all the rest of your family, things like that. Also, it's just that fan base that that support you in and out. You got ties, whether it's from people who watch me play in high school, you got family that watch me, you got people that see me at UM, whatever it may be. It's bigger than just me being Miami Dolphins. They have that support, in and out. So these times where I didn't have my best game, but I feel like the support here has been real. And just being back home is great. Especially in the off season, you got to worry about renting a place, it's a train and things like that. So being back home is great. Of course, the weather. Man, I can't say the weather right now because it's about 100 out there.
I'm telling you guys, it's so hot.
It's not like being back home down in South Florida.
Yes, and when he came back home, and I found out I was actually at the hospital with one of my friends. She was having surgery, and I got the call from Drew saying that I was going to the Miami Dolphins. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I kind of had mixed feelings at first. So I called Alan, I was like, I'm on my way. But I didn't have time to make it, y'all. They had him at practice the same day. Like, I really didn't have time, and normally I'm there when he do all of his signings, and I couldn't make that one. But I guess my baby was growing up. Mm-hmm. So he's back down here in Miami, where we are born and raised. Back here in the sunny Sunshine State. And we have so much family that's here. And I remember, like on Christmas, we had that gathering. What was it, a PJ party?
Yeah.
And everybody showed up in their pajamas. And we had the best time. We had so much fun. So that's one of the pluses about being back at home. And like you said, again, you didn't have to spend money to be able to rent places, to be able to go train. But guys, listen, when you make it to the league, it's so hard because you never know where you're going to end up. And when Alan purchased his home, I thought that was kind of weird because Alan is not a person that likes the big stuff, And he showed me this home, and I'm looking like, Alan, what are you going to do on this home? Then end up going to Dallas, and this home was left in Jacksonville. And actually, the home set, 2.5 years?
2 years.
Yeah, set 2.5 years and 2 years, and here it was, nobody in the home. We did a couple of gatherings over there. We used to go and get on the jet skis or get in the pool, and I tell y'all, now I'm going those jet skis, and his brother jumped on those jet skis. Oh my gosh, my heart was in my toes. Daryl is such daredevil, I want to call it. Alan just is riding on steady, but Daryl has to do turns and whips and jump the waves, and he just was, just going out there on those jet skis, and we used to have a great time. And then not too long ago, your house sold.
Mm-hmm.
Robert McGuire Colwell, he took his time and he promised Alan he's going to get the house. So Robert, we thank you. And Cindy was here as well. Cindy is a good friend of mine, Cindy Marshall. Thank you, Cindy. But the house just sold, and now Alan understands, like, I'm not going to buy right now. I'm just going to rent because you never know where you may end up. And to have a home sitting that long and have to pay all that money, like, and you can't really get used to the house. Like, how did that make you feel?
Thinking back on it, I probably want to do it again, but I feel like it wasn't like a stupid purchase because it wasn't one of those things where like I was spending something where I didn't have. I made sure I was straight first, and of course that was something I wanted. So I was going to buy a house, so that was a good accomplishment for me. It's just like the timing of it. Just feeling like when you're ready. Of course, just thinking back on it, like I knew I didn't want to stay in Jacksonville forever. But at that time, it kind of made sense to me. Whether it's not paying rent, and whether I can invest in something that's my own, but, whoever, whatever you tend to do, just make sure it's something that you're ready for, because when you do buy a house, it comes with all the maintenance and things like that, and just like make sure it's like in your budget. I know a lot of things today, a lot of people do, for social media, but if it's in your budget and you can stand it, like do what you gotta do, Of course, some things may not make sense to a lot of people, but make sure you're doing it for you.
That's right.
I feel like that's when it becomes a problem if you're doing it for other people, and thankfully I never went down that road, whether it's I was easily influenced or I try to do things because of others, but to each his own, man. That's what y'all want to do. Do your thing, but make sure you're smart and you take care of what you got to take care of.
Absolutely, guys, because the money looks good when it's there, and we all know that NFL is not for long. And during out in NFL career, I found this group called PIFMA, Professional Football Players Mothers Association, which teaches us a lot as well. And my sisters that are part of it, we come together, we point to each other, we learn a lot of different things. We have some formal, and then we have some that actually kids are still in the league, and then we have some that parents maybe just not interested in the league. So that's what I want to say and encourage you. You have people that went through some stuff to be able to get you to where you need to be. And in life, when things happen, we never know why it happened, but it had to happen. And that's where the purpose, the purpose that's built inside of us to be able to be a light, a beacon for others. It's not that we're boasting, it's not that we're bragging, but we're telling you about the goodness of God and how He has sustained us, how He has brought us from a mighty long way, and we just want to thank God for everything that we have and what's here to come. Because we all know that we serve a God that's so great that He will bless us beyond measures. But if you would just support your sisters and your brothers, it will take you a long way. We have so much that's going on in the world today, and we need unity. We need to come together, pour into each other, because in our community, in the Black community, we don't know a lot of things. We wasn't taught about so many different, credit. I hate that they took God out of school, because that's one of the things you should have always remained there, because that's first and foremost. Because without Him, we're absolutely nothing. So out of everything that we had to go through, I know that you sometimes just want to basically focus on football, but tell the audience what it is to serve and do it wholeheartedly without looking for anything in return.
It means a lot to serve, man. Just to be able to give back to others, that's something that's big, because even though as football players, you tend to you got to focus in. It's a crazy schedule of what you got to do, but giving back to others, it goes a long way, and as far as giving back to others, it's gonna be different for everybody. What I try to, if anybody asks me about it, that's playing in the league, or you might gotta be a football player when it comes to giving back. Just make sure it's genuine, because if it's not genuine, it is not gonna go across, well, but when it comes to serving others, it means a lot, because when your intentions are pure and you're helping people, you going to sleep at night, you can look yourself in the mirror, and you're not making things about you.
That's right.
So that's a big thing for me, just I was on the call earlier, with the Dolphins. There was some players, we just speaking about growing up in rough neighborhoods, going to public schools and things like that, as far as the resources and things like that. And something that came across my mind, just dealing with this cop situation, and it's crazy that we look at it this way, but I remember growing up as a kid, whether being a cop or if your family member was a cop, it was kind of like a joke, like, oh yeah, you the police, but now just thinking back on it is like dang, we need more people that want to be cops, just to put the right people behind the badges and things like that, So where I'm at now, mentally, it's just trying to reach the kids, you know, and just let them be what they want to be, and then also it just instead on being different. You know, you ain't gonna do everything that's cool at the moment, whether it's playing football or being a rapper, whatever you want to be. You know, if it's different, man, go be different and be who you are. You know, and that's what we need in this world. You know, just people want to do things, you know, with pure intentions and want to do right for the world.
Absolutely. So you're basically saying that you must be genuine about whatever it is you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then that way, once you're genuine about it, it goes a long way. If it's not genuine, it won't last long. Do know that. Guys, time is far well spent. I'm getting a little hoarse right now, but we just want to thank you all for tuning in on today. We're here in Miami, Florida, live with Miami Dolphins and SOAR Ambassador Alan Hurns. If you would like to purchase my book or for bookings, please do go to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. You can go there to book or even to purchase my book. Also, please do go to all social media platforms to follow us and also subscribe. Not only like and share and comment on YouTube, but please do, sir, please, ma'am, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It will mean the world to me. Show me that, show me a little love. That's all I ask for is just you to subscribe to my channel. Up and coming, we have so many great things that's coming. Last week we had a young lady on here that kind of like blew our minds, Jalen Eunice, like, also, I'm telling you, if you didn't watch it, go to the YouTube channel. You definitely can see it there. But again, thank you so much for tuning in with us. Alan, do you have anything to say?
I just want to say, everybody, show your loved ones you love them. Just continue to be right about people, and spread love, man. We all, no matter where you at in life, we all going through things, and it's a tough time right now, but it's a time, we come together, and everybody just look at themselves in the mirror and see what you can do better, and just try to be better for yourself and also for the people around you and going forward. So it's team do well, man.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you for tuning in with It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson and Alan Hurns. Thank you, guys. Smooches. Did you put that in?